Hey everybody, Jack Hammer here, leaving Levi Stadium where 49ers had their first practice today in preparations for their game coming up on Sunday against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Real quick, give you the injury update for today. The following players were not participating. Nick Bosa, he was out. He's dealing with a hamstring injury. 49ers feel like they should be fine for the game with him. I'm just going to manage it throughout the week. Jimmy Garoppolo obviously out with a foot injury. Tarvarius Moore is out with a knee injury. He's going to be out for a few weeks, along with Hassan Ridgeway dealing with a pec injury. Very unlikely that he's going to be back this season. Maybe late in the playoffs, we'll see. Trent Williams, he has a rest day today. Just veteran rest day. It's been a regular occurrence for Trent Williams not to practice on Wednesdays. The following players, though, were listed as limited participants. We had Eric Armstead. He's been dealing with that foot ankle injury for a while. Got through the game fine, according to Kyle Shanahan, but taking it easy with him today. But he'll be back. He'll be fine for Sunday. Spencer Burford was back at practice after missing last week with an ankle injury. Christian McCaffrey and Deebo Samuel, they were the other two that were listed as limited. Saw both of them working out during the individual period, so they should be fine. As far as practice, it was the one thing that struck me today, just thinking about where this team has come from May, the first time we got here for rookie minicamp. We started this season with Trey Lance as the quarterback. It was Trey Lance and Brock Purdy, Nate Sudfeld. Those were the guys that were out there running the quarterback show. Then Trey Lance goes down. Then that leaves you with Jimmy Garoppolo and Brock Purdy, because Jimmy Garoppolo all of a sudden entered the picture. And then on top of that, after that, now you've got Jimmy Garoppolo down, and now we're left watching Brock Purdy and Josh Johnson running the show at quarterback. So it was just really interesting to see how this team has transitioned throughout the season at the most important position. And, the 49ers are interesting. A lot of people have been talking about this in recent weeks. I think everybody overstates the quarterback position in the NFL and in football in general. You can win a lot of games with your team being good, especially the 49ers. They've won a lot of games with quarterback play that's not top of the league. I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo, you look at his numbers. I'm not saying he hasn't been good. You look at his numbers in 2019, look at his numbers, what he had been doing this year. Almost every statistical category, Garoppolo was in the top 10. So he's playing well. It's not like he's not playing well. But the difference is, and the 49ers are winning games, but what happens is once you get into the postseason, it becomes about the quarterback. At some point, if you're going to win the Super Bowl, there is a point in every postseason where the quarterback has to make a big play. The 49ers haven't got that from Jimmy Garoppolo. They didn't get it in 2019 in the Super Bowl. They didn't get it in 2021, the NFC Championship game. That's why they lost. You look at some of these other teams, like, for example, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, when they won the Super Bowl with Brad Johnson, there were some big plays from him. Or the Baltimore Ravens with Trent Dilfer, the AFC Championship game, he hits I think it was a 90-yard touchdown to Sharp. I don't think it wasn't a long pass, it was just a quick little slant that Sharp took the distance. But, big plays in the passing game need to happen. And the 49ers just really have struggled with that with Jimmy Garoppolo. We'll see what happens. And I think Brock Purdy can probably get them to the playoffs. The question is, can Brock Purdy win them a Super Bowl? If Brock Purdy wins a Super Bowl this year, the 49ers win a Super Bowl with Brock Purdy, I think you put that right there with Brad Johnson's Super Bowl victory with the Buccaneers, the Trent Dilfer Super Bowl victory with the Baltimore Ravens, and so on. It'll definitely make for an interesting post-offseason, considering everything that's gone on with Trey Lance, where he is. We're going to know a lot more about Brock Purdy by the end of this season than we know about Trey Lance, unless he gets injured too. So, interesting times in Santa Clara, interesting times with the 49ers at that quarterback spot. Their defense is just so good. That carries the group. And really, the defense is so good, especially when they have Nick Bosa on the field. We all know what Nick Bosa does for them in the pass rush. One of the best in the game there. But it doesn't get talked about enough is what he does on run defense as well. He does a really good job of setting the edge, forcing things inside, allowing other teammates to make plays on those, and so on and so forth. So it's just an interesting season as you look at it, and an interesting season going forward. Can't wait to see how it all finishes out. But there's just so much unknown now. Really kind of feels like we're back to week 1 in Chicago, where we had Trey Lance making that start, and what's Trey going to do? And I think that's kind of what the feeling is going into this one, except for it's not Trey Lance. It's not the number 3 overall pick. It's the guy that was taken number 262, the last pick in the draft this year. So we'll see how it turns out for the 49ers. It's going to be a lot of fun, however it turns out, but sure would be nice to see them make a run through the playoffs and, be able to go watch that last game of the season in Arizona with the 49ers playing in it. So there you have it. There's my report for Wednesday from Santa Clara. Hope you're all having a great day. Take care. I'll be back with you tomorrow. I'll be on with Rob Shue with the Hammerhead Show here on the channel. So keep it locked in here for all the 49ers news and updates as they happen. Appreciate all of you. Take care. Talk to y'all soon.